Good day, students. This video is an initiative by Aspi Northern Academy to collaborate with its young learners. We are back with another interesting video just for you to help you better your command in English language. Let me begin by asking you, how many times have you mixed up words such as affect and effect? Too many times to remember, isn't it? English can be a tricky language. You can come across many words that sound almost the same, but they are not. To an extent, our spell checkers can't always tell the difference. In this video, let's look at some of these commonly confused words that you come across in your daily life. I will show you how to avoid the confusion and use all of these correctly without making a mistake. So, keep your writing tools ready and let's begin. First pair of words that we would be discussing today is desert and dessert. Yes, you heard me right. There is a difference in their pronunciation. Desert is a noun that means a large dry area. For an example, nobody likes to live in the desert. On the other hand, dessert is a noun that means a sweet course at the end of the meal. Would you like lemon cakes for dessert? Yes, I'm sure you've understood the difference between the two. How do we remember the difference between dessert and desert? Dessert is twice as nice as desert. Dessert, when spelled backward, is stressed. Did you check? S-T-R-E-S-S-E-D, stressed. And maybe you eat dessert when you are stressed. Whereas, if you think of desert, it is too dry in the desert for two S to grow. Hence, desert has only one S. I hope this trick was very helpful for you. The next set of words are there, and there. Yes, you heard me right. Well, they sound the same, but they are not. There are three different forms and it's quite confusing. So, let's find out how to use them. There, which spells T-H-E-R-E, is an adverb which expresses location. Where is the house? The house is over there. Did you get that, students? Well, the next word, T-H-E-I-R, there, is a possessive pronoun of they. We hear many of them using or pronouncing it as they are. It's not they are, it's there. That's their home. The next word, there, which spells T-H-E-Y'-R-E, is a contraction that means they are. They're happy in the house. So, students, did you understand the difference between these three words? Though they sound the same, they spell differently and the usage is also different. So always be attentive when you use these three words in your sentences. Weather and weather. Weather refers to the climate outside. For an example, what's the weather forecast for tomorrow? Weather with an E introduces alternatives or indirect questions. I can't decide whether to go or not. We are going to look at these two words which sound similar but they are different. Accept and accept. Accept means to take something offered or come to term. Let's put it in a sentence. I accept your invitation. Accept. The word accept means to exclude things or set them apart. For an example, we were busy every evening except Tuesday. Principle or principle? Which one should you use? And what's the difference? This is one of the trickiest words which comes to our mind. A principal is the head of the school. Also, a principle can be considered as an adjective which means original, first or most important. Let's use them in a sentence. Go to the principal's office. Here, the principal means the head of the school. The second example. The principal reason for going to Paris is for the food. Here, the principal means the most important reason or the main reason for going to Paris is for the food. The next word, which ends with ple, principle, is an idea or belief. He follows the principle of Christianity. I hope you have understood the difference between these two words. Here is a good way to remember the difference between principle and principle. One which ends with PAL and the other which ends with PLE. Your principle which ends with PAL can be seen as your pal. A principle which ends with PLE has a similar ending to that of rule, RULE. The use of these three words causes confusion. They do not sound the same and have different spelling and usage. Let's look at them individually. The first word, quit, quiet and quiet. Quit is a verb that means to give up. For an example, Alex quit college during his second year. Quiet is an adjective. Quiet describes little or no noise. For an example, early in the morning the streets are empty and quiet. Quiet. Quiet is an adverb meaning fairly, to some degree, but not completely. It's quite warm outside today. So the first word is quit, second is quiet, and the third word is quiet. To and to. To is a preposition that expresses direction or location. Let's go to the shop. TOO is an adverb that means in excess or as well. I'd like to go to the store too, but it's too far to walk. The next pair of words is than and then. THAN is used to compare things. Tea is better than coffee, whereas THEN, that's then, is used to express order or time. We will go to the park and then to the zoo. The word than with the letter A is used for comparing one thing to another. The word then with the letter E expresses order or time. In this way, you can recall and remember the usage of both these words. The next pair of words is its and its, one without the apostrophe and one with the apostrophe. Its with no apostrophe is a possessive pronoun of it. The car has a crack in its windshield. The next word, it's, with the apostrophe, means it is. It's too expensive to have a crack fixed. How do we remember? If you have it's with the apostrophe, then it is must make sense in your sentence. I hope you were able to understand the difference between it's and its. Stationery and stationery. We get usually confused with spellings and many a times interchangeably use it. Let's take a closer look. The word stationery, spelt with the letter A, is referred to something that is not moving or not intended to be moved. Almost every gym has a row of stationary bikes. The next word, stationery, spelt with E on the other hand, is a paper that is used for writing letter or notes. The hotel offered complimentary stationery to guests who wished to write letters. One way to remember which word is which is to think of ER both in paper and stationery. The word compliment and compliment. Even the spelling looks alike, except for I and E. One is spelled with an I and the other is spelled with an E. They sound similar just the way as homophones, but the meaning of both these words are absolutely different. Compliment with an E forms a part of speech for verbs and adjectives, the meaning of which is to add to something in a way that enhances or improves. This shirt really compliments your eye. The other word, compliment with an I, is a part of speech which includes noun, verbs as well as adjective, the meaning of which is to admire and praise someone for something. The professor complimented Betty on her proper use of a comma. Well, I hope you have understood the difference between compliment and compliment, one with an E, the other with an I. Let's see how we could remember this. To remember compliment, which spells E, always connect it with the word complete. And for the word compliment, which spells an I, always remember this sentence in your mind. I love compliment. Let's look at the next set of words. Advice and advise. Well, they both sound pretty similar, isn't it? But they are different in their usage. Let's look at advice with the letter C in it. Advise is a noun that means a suggestion of how you should act in a certain situation. For an example, Sam had a problem, so I gave him an advice. Advise with the letter S is a verb that means to recommend or to give some information about something or to give a suggestion. I don't know what to do. Please advise me. How do we remember the difference between advise and advise? Well, advise with a C and advise with an S. I advise you to take my advice. Well, advise with an S is a verb which rhymes with prize. Advise, prize. Whereas advice is a noun with C which rhymes with ice or mice. Advice, mice. Advise, prize. Is that easy? The next word that could confuse us is lose and lose. Lose is a verb that means to fail to win, to misplace or to free oneself from something or someone. I don't want to lose my keys. The next word is loose, which spells L-O-O-S-E, which is an adjective that means not firm or not fitting. Let's look at the example. Your pants are too loose for you. I hope this example helps you identify the difference between the two words. Let's check the next pair of words. They are through and thorough. Through means from one end of something to the other, past a barrier or test. Let's use it in a sentence. I have to make through the exams. Thorough means including every possible part or detail. Let's put it in a sentence. All the employees have a thorough understanding of the company's rules. I hope it helped you clear your confusion. So, if you're ever unsure of words or you get confused, just check your dictionary and keep practicing. As it is said, practice makes a man perfect.